Hi, I'm Matt Childs and I'm the garden designer of this year's Smart Meter garden at the RHS Hampton Court Palace Flower Show. So all of my installation gardens, it's really important to me that they touch emotions and that they have a strong narrative and message to them. And it's no exception with the garden this year. We've got a very strong, clear message behind it. Climate change has been very much on the agenda, and I really feel that people feel quite helpless as to what they can do to make an impact and do something themselves. So in this garden, I want to set out the problem of climate change and CO2 emissions, and I want people to kind of really understand that, you know, this is an issue that we all need to solve, and I'm going to bring them together around that problem. So the inspiration for the garden came from one quote by a famous philosopher, Rabindranath Tagore, and I paraphrase it, but it's something along the lines of that he who plants trees, knowing that he'll never sit in their shade, has understood the meaning of life. And for me, that's a really good metaphor for smart meters, in that, you know, just as a tree is something that's very simple to plant and can have potentially really big impact for generations to come, so can, you know, smart meters in the sense that they give us the ability to be more informed and to help our environment. Our main feature is in the centre of the garden, and it's a big giant water feature. It'll start off as this big black cracked surface that people will all sit around, which will start to flash with lights, and gassy vapour will start to come out, symbolising CO2 emissions. Not really what you'd expect from a garden, but then all of a sudden this whole centre will start to flood with water, creating this giant magical mirror, and reflected in it will be people and trees. And our whole analogy is that if we all come together and we take small steps, then we can do something, you know, really important for the environment. So plants are obviously a really key part to any garden, and the stars of our show are trees. We've chosen some really special birch. So I've chosen one species, the birch, and we're having a range of different cultivated varieties. And what I'm hoping to demonstrate at the show is that just within one tree range itself, there's so many different interesting characteristics, from the bark to the form to the size to the shape. I really want to inspire people to get planting trees in their own garden. I'm really hoping that visitors to the show will experience a range of emotions when they see the garden. I want to take them on a journey in which the atmosphere really affects the way people feel at different points. So at first, I'm hoping that there might be some shock and horror and caution. Oh my gosh, there really is a serious issue here with climate change and the environment. But then I kind of want people to go away feeling as though there is a possible solution here. You know, that if we all kind of work together and we take small baby steps to do this, we can all collectively make a real impact. For me, creating this project has been a really wonderful opportunity, because being a gardener and loving the natural environment, it's something that I really value, and I'm really concerned about climate change and the potential that future generations won't enjoy the wonderful natural resource that I'm able to. So this garden has allowed me to understand more about the problem itself and become more enlightened. But it's also allowed me the opportunity to be able to put together a garden where I can bring people together over an issue that I feel is really important, and get everybody to work together on a solution. For me, I really believe that climate change is an emergency situation, and I think that we have to all act now. And getting a smart meter makes complete sense to me, in terms of us all being individually better informed about the energy we use, but also allowing our government and the people that plan our resources to be better informed. And if that's the case, all I can see is that we'll have a more efficient energy supply, less CO2 going into the environment, more abilities to integrate more renewable energy, and we can all really make a real difference. So for me, it's just about having more knowledge rather than less.